Malaysia, a Southern Asian nation with a rich cultural tapestry and diverse landscape, boasts a robust and dynamic economy that has undergone significant transformation over the years. From its early days as an agrarian society, Malaysia has evolved into a modern and diversified economy, becoming one of the key players in the global marketplace. With a strategic geographical location, abundant natural resources, and a well-developed infrastructure, the Malaysian economy has demonstrated resilience and adaptability. While Malaysia has experienced economic success, it also faced challenges. Rapid industrialization and increased consumer spending led to heightened demand for goods and services, creating a complex economic landscape. As demand surged due to rapid industrialization and heightened consumer spending, inflation emerged as a significant challenge, exerting pressure on the overall cost of living for citizens. The increased demand for goods and services, coupled with supply chain dynamics, contribute to our price pressure across various sectors. In navigating the delicate balance between economic growth and managing inflation, Malaysia demonstrates a commitment to ensuring the well-being of citizens and amid the challenge posed by rapid industrialization and increased consumer spending. We will explore the key facets of Malaysia's economy, delving into its historical context, current status, and future prospects, as well as the factors that shape its economic trajectory.
Inflation and the cost of living are among the important factors that affect the economy of a country. Continued inflation will worsen the economy of a country. Indirectly, the cost of living also increases in countries experiencing inflation. Factors that affect inflation depend on the type of inflation itself. Demand pull inflation occurs when aggregate demands exceed the economic ability to produce goods and services as the country reaches full employment. In the other perspective, demand pull inflation is caused by an increase in aggregate expenditures and an increase in the supply of money in the country. In addition, cost push inflation is a process of general price increases due to increases in production costs. Cost push inflation is caused by an increase in the firm profit margins, an increase in labor wages, and an increase in the cost of other factors of productions. Last but not least, imported inflation occurs when imported goods experience an increase in price or there is an increase in the values of foreign currencies. The documentary is to identify the impact of inflation rate and some possible solutions to reduce inflation rate in Malaysia.
Hi, I'm XIAN, and I appreciate you taking the time for this interview. Today we will be discussing about inflation. Before we dive into the questions, could you tell me a bit about yourself and your background?
Sure. I'm Lim Hui Hui. I'm a student of Bachelor of Business Administration.
I am really interested in hearing your perspective on inflation. So what is inflation on your perspective?
In my opinion, I think inflation means when the price of goods and services increases over time and causes the purchasing power to decrease.
That's great. Can I know how inflation affects on you?
You know, like when the price of goods increases but the salary didn't increase, so the things I can buy become lesser, right? So I couldn't buy the clothes I like anymore.
Can you share about how this situation has personally impacted your lifestyle or choices? It could help us understand the real-world effects of economic changes on individuals.
Of course. For example, I used to spend 20 ringgit per day for my food expenses, but due to the inflation, I have no choice but to spend more than 20 ringgit now and cut back on my other expenses.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Your insight will contribute significantly. Thank you again for your time and expertise.
Thank you too. It's been a pleasure for me as well. If you have more questions in the future, just let me know.
Warm greetings, Doctor. I'm Lu Zexin, and I'll explain how inflation impacts individuals, businesses, and the overall economy of a country. One significant effect of inflation towards individuals is the erosion of purchasing power. As the price of goods and services rises, individuals find that their money can buy less than before. This diminishes the real value of incomes and savings. affecting their standards of living. Businesses also feel the impact of inflation, increase on production, including rising wages and higher costs. This may lead to businesses passing on these higher costs to consumers through price increases, contributing to a cycle of inflation. Lastly, inflation affects the overall economy of a country through social implications and exacerbating income inequality. Investors from overseas will navigate the complex landscape of inflation as well. They will choose not to invest in countries with lower ROI. Government and central banks should take action immediately through monetary policy tools, like interest rate and money supply control, to overcome this problem.
In my opinion, from 1 to 10, I rate about 5.
Okay, my rate is actually like 5 to 6, around 7.
As a student, our expense is limited.
We buy daily things, everything it affects our daily life. In Malaysia, right, normally we buy things very expensive.
Our living cost will also high. Our parents need to pay us more the living cost to buy our food, necessary items and all.
Rating I bagi 7 sebabnya sekarang ni harga barang pun mahal. Jadi pembeli pun nak membeli, kuasa membeli tu dah kurang.
I give 7. Saya rasa inflasi memberi kesan kepada bisnes wafer. Harga untuk kafe ni tinggi, jadi most student cari makan di tempat yang lain. So memang kurang student membeli makanan di sini.
Tackling inflation can be proved to be a formidable task, but there are a number of strategies that can be used by individual businesses and governments, that are monetary policy and fiscal policy. In Malaysia, the responsibility for formulating and implementing monetary policy is entrusted to BNM, Bank Negara Malaysia, as the nation's central bank. The overnight policy rate, OPR, is a key monetary policy tool used by BNM. It represents the interest rate at which banks lend to each other in the overnight market. Changes in the OPR can influence borrowing and spending throughout the economy. Fiscal policy has played an important role in supporting recovery momentum and easing the burden of the Malaysians while maintaining fiscal discipline. Federal government revenue in 2020 recorded 294.4 billion ringgit, a significant growth of 25.9%, contributed by better than expected tax collection and higher non-tax revenue driven by strong economic recovery and commodity prices. Tax revenue remains as the major contributor to the overall revenue collection, constituting 17.9% of total revenue or 11.7% of GDP, while non-tax revenue 29.1%.
In summary, the economic growth and inflation challenges experienced by Malaysia reflect the delicate balance that policymakers must strike to ensure continued prosperity. The country's response to inflation include a combination of monetary policies and fiscal policies. Bank Negara Malaysia uses monetary tools such as interest rate adjustment, as evidenced by the recent increase in the overnight policy rate to 3%. The move is aimed at managing inflation and promoting sustainable economic growth. Moreover, the Malaysian government has implemented various measures including stimulus packages and economic recovery packages totaling 530 billion ringgit Malaysia, focused on supporting economic recovery and easing the burden of citizens during challenging times such as the COVID-19 pandemic. The government commitment to fiscal discipline is reflected in the fiscal deficit falling to 5.6% of GDP in 2022, lower than the forecast 6%. In addition, tax policies is an important part of the fiscal strategy and plays a vital role in revenue generation, making a significant contribution to the overall budget. Federal government revenue grew by 25.9% in 2022, driven by strong tax collection and economic recovery, highlighting the effectiveness of fiscal measures. Lastly, Malaysia's proactive approach in addressing the adverse impact of inflation on purchasing power, businesses, and income inequality demonstrate the country's commitment to maintaining economic balance. Ongoing effort to diversify the economy, increase productivity, and attract foreign investment are consistent with the long-term vision of sustained growth. Lessons learned can help build a stronger and more adaptable economic framework as Malaysia deals with inflation and economic development. Thanks for watching.